Hello everybody. Super good morning to everyone. This is your host here, Kevin Chan again, 7:30 in the morning because right now is school holiday, no more sending children to school. Right, so we can make back onto the 7:30 session, which is the more convenient session, easier session lah. Right, so we are trying to rebuild back all the database that we had in the previous channel, and right now we're going to go back and take a look at one of the FengShui system, which is the XuanKong flying star system. All right, so the XuanKong flying star system work on this 9-number system, right? So which fly around the 8 palaces, 8 or 9, like including the center palace, and it give different level of energy for different people to apply, right? So this one is to build up the database of the 9 stars, so that you guys know how to use the 9 stars, right? So it's not really too difficult, right? So as usual, good morning first, Pack Boy. As usual, the first one to join in, yay! Right, so I see Jocelyn here. The art kids around MS, Yan Yi is around, Anthony is around, Sabrina is around. Hey, good morning to all of you. Are you guys ready for Chinese New Year? Right, so next week is Chinese New Year already. So fast, right? So another milestone in terms of the Chinese community or world community as well. So we got New Year, we got important one, Christmas. Then after that, New Year. Then after that, Chinese New Year, and any other different New Year that's available, right? So many New Year, right? All right, come. Let's move into look at this. Today we'll look at star number 4. Let me just shrink the thing down, right? So as usual, get in touch with me. You can go through Telegram. There will be one place to do, right? So things to download also is going to be in Telegram. Then the next thing is the Substack, which is the newsletter, right? So newsletter means that I type anything, then it will get published on its own. You're in the email list, it will automatically send it to your email. If not, you can install Substack and go inside Substack and read whatever publication that has already been published. If you need some community support, right? So which is fans lah, right? So fans base, you got things that you want to share with the community, you can go to the Facebook community page, which is the one on top. Hello Carol Chan, how are you doing? Right, so now like usual, if you have not printed any of your parts chart before, what we will be using today is this particular section, which is called the live gua, right? So this is the Feng Shui version of parts. Right, by the way, this is nothing more than the 8 mansion, right? So this is 8 mansion, by the way, right? So for those of you who don't know, so after we finish the XuanKong 9 star, we will do the 8 mansion, 8 palaces, right? So these are again database information that you can use, right? So and then you mix and match stuff together to construct the effect that required. So everybody have a live gua. Live gua is calculated using your year of birth. So they really don't care about your month and also your day of birth. You're using your year of birth to calculate, right? So you just need to do the calculation once, right? So if you want to use software, you can just go to any website and then type in live gua calculator. Right? Yeah. You can just type in live gua calculator, then you put in your year of birth, then they will calculate your live gua for you. But most software would have already integrated this calculation. And for this particular person, his live gua is star number 3, which is Zheng Gua, right? So now this has nothing to do with the actual number 3. Now please don't have live gua number 3, then suddenly got a conclusion that, oh, number 3 is my lucky number. Nah, sorry, it doesn't work that way. Okay, please separate the actual number and also this one. The number is just a representation. Later, I will basically show you a bit. Now, by the way, this one won't change over your lifetime, so you just have to remember it once. Right, so if you're following me, there are basically 3 palaces that you need to remember. One is your life gua palace. That's one. Right, so this one I usually call country of origin. Right, so this is the country that you're born in. Right, so live gua. So then they got your 八字 day master. So 八字 day master is your 八字translation piece, right? So it's the translator of your 八字 chart, right? So change that one, your 八字 chart translation change, right? So that's basically the translator, and then you got your Qimeng destiny palace, right? So that is your mind space. Okay, right? So that's how I differentiate it, by the way. Right, so then next thing is that what is this particular feng shui? Now feng shui nothing more is a study of earth surface. It's actually a geographical study. Feng shui is a geographical study, so it will take the constellation, the stars at the sky as a reference. So one of the star set group constellation of star that is often being used is the Northern Dipper. Right, Northern Dipper look like a spoon, right? So because the Northern Dipper is always located in the north, it is always there, right? So when you look at the sky, the only difference is that the Dipper spins around. The Dipper spins around. It look like the spoon spins around. That's it, right? So through doing that, they have marked the location, right? So by the way, this is the ancient compass. It doesn't spin on an ancient compass. It's like that, and then you look at the sky, then you adjust this thing to the direction of the spoon, right? So the direction of the handle. So you adjust the direction of the handle, then you get the direction for the rest of the space that you are. Then there's certain conclusion that you make. So a lot of time when we talk about feng shui, I always tell people this particular story, right? So feng shui is nothing more than a statistical art that has not been well documented. Right, so you just imagine in the olden day, right? So when you are nothing to do, right? So like right now in US, they got no TikTok to play around with. By the way, Donald Trump just turned back on TikTok. TikTok disappeared for 12 hours in US. Right now he turned back TikTok for the next 75 days and see what happens. Right, so now in the olden day, no TikTok to play around with. What happened is that at night also there's no light pollution. You get to see the sky. So when you look at the sky every single day, right, you start to notice the star cluster in certain pattern. So you call them constellation, right? You call them constellation. So different people group star differently, right? So and this Northern Dipper happened to be one of them, right? So which is very obvious. So now just imagine that there's certain star that you group together, and then funny enough is every time you see the group of star appear, the town under the group of stars seems to get flooded. Right? Every time you see, oh, the town with that town get flooded, you receive news that town get flooded, that town get flooded. So one day where you were happily traveling around, let's say go holiday or whatever it is, then you went to a town, then you raise your head, you take a look, oh damn, that same group of stars is right above the town. So now what happened? Because of previous experience that you have in looking at that particular star constellation causes flood, so you know that the town is going to be flooding. So now you got choice of either telling the town folk or get yourself tied up and throw into the river, or you leave town. Right? There's only two choices for you. So which one is the safer choice? I don't know where you are from, right? So depending. If you are during the witch hunt time, then it's not good for you. Right, so now some people, because of niceness, they tell the people don't believe, then they get drowned. Then after that, what happens is that legend will form of this particular person who can predict flood. It's nothing more than statistical study, right? By the way, right? So that's why when we're applying this, we just need to know the effect of the star. You want to use, go use it. Don't make it too complicated. Right? Too many people make everything too complicated. Right? I can see that all of you just started waking up. The title still 10 deities. I forgot to change. Oh yes, I forgot to change. Never mind, later only I go change. Thank you, Peggy. Yes. Forgot to basically change the titles and everything. It's alright, I'll go change it. Very sorry, right? So now I see that there's Liping around, Usol's ship, and then Saw, Candy, Eve, Frank, Manuel, right? So no, yeah. Also in Telegram, yeah, because Telegram copy this one and send it back. Never mind, it's okay lah, no worry. Right, so now as you can see, 1, 2, 3 we have done. Right, so now if you remove the number, you have the original star name. So now choice for you is either you use the number or you use the original star name. So that's why I always tell people that it's a matter of choice actually, which one you want to use. So now if you are okay with using the real name convention, so this is like your friend having a nickname versus the full name, right? So now you can go and see your friend and you call them by their full name. So if you watch Taiwanese show, right? So you watch Taiwanese show, right? When Taiwanese address the other party, they use full name, at least in the movie, right? So if you look at the subtitle will bold the name and underline the name, right? So they will call the name in full. Right, they don't use nickname, in the movie, right? So, but when you're out there, when you're talking with your friend, it's very highly unlikely that you will use their full name, unless it is something that you want to warn the other fella. This is when your mother talk to you. Your mother talk to you. If your mother call you full name, right? You're in deep trouble. right? So that's the thing, right? So what happened is that they replace the superimpose a number on top of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 is easy to remember, right? It doesn't make any much difference. So that's why please don't misassociate the number with actual number. Right, so please don't. The house is the house is number 4, right? So no, which means that this is a good study house. No, that's not how it works. Okay, right? So no, please don't associate that number with it. The number has nothing to do with the star, right? So now what happened here is that the particular star, after they have observed certain effect of the star, they have found certain characteristic of the star. So what they do is that they associate this star with this sort of characteristic effect. So what happens is, if you want those character effect, then you apply the energy that's at that particular sector at that particular moment. Like that's all only, right? Nothing much, right? So you can imagine all these 8 stars like food truck, right? All of them have different food, right? So and the food truck go around all over the places, different time, right? So if you want to eat that particular food, then you go to where the food truck is parked. That's all, right? Doesn't make difference, right? So the charts is basically the schedule of the food truck, right? So you have food truck schedule, right? So you see that no, today pasar malam you put it today, so that Malaysia every day also got pasar malam, but different day, different places, right? So it's usually operated by the same pasar malam vendor, right? The same vendor, today will drive their pasar malam car to that particular place and then set up a store. Tomorrow we'll go that place, tomorrow go that place. So the 9-star system, you just imagine it like your pasar malam schedule. So that this pasar malam is famous for whatever takoyaki I said, this pasar malam very famous for takoyaki. There's this takoyaki seller there, which make very, very nice takoyaki. So if you want to eat takoyaki, what do? You travel to that pasar malam, look for that takoyaki seller and buy takoyaki and eat lah. Don't need to think too much, right? That's basically feng shui, right? So it's just understanding the map and then go and use the place. That's all, right? So come, let's go and take a look at star number 4. Right, so star number 4, original name, very, very original, is called Tian Quan. Right, Tian Quan is power, so that's why it's called heaven power. Right, now heaven power is a direct translation of Tian Quan. That's all. Right, so why is this star so powerful? They got their story. Right, so then the more what you call commoner name is called Wen Qu. Right, so Wen Qu is literally art. Right, Wen Qu is literally art. Right, so the other counterpart, which is called Wu Qu, so that is military art. So one is in charge of the punches, another one is in charge of the intellect part of it. Right, so this belong to the wood category. Right, so the hexagram is wind hexagram. So everything that is inside is actually in connection with the wind hexagram. Right, wind hexagram is the original hexagram. So the star number 4 of this Tian Quan or the Wen Qu star has a lot of Xun Gua characteristic inside. Right, so Xun Gua is what? Xun Gua is the wind. Right, so the wind carry news. Right, the wind carry news. So if you go back to a long time, what does the wind do? The wind carry smell. Right, so your animal. How does one animal know the other animal is there? It's through the smell. Right, so if you are standing at the downwind side, they will smell you. Right, so animal has in the olden day already developed. They know that hey, I should not be standing at upwind of my what we call my predator. Right, so my predator, if it's in downwind, the fella will smell my smell. And they will come after me, right? So I will try to travel downwind so that the fella cannot smell me, right? So that's the in the olden day already have it. So that's where you first get information is through the wind, right? So the wind give you information, right? So if you take a look at the feng shui, how the entire thing is set up, right? You start to notice that there are 2 metal, there are 2 wood. Okay, there are 2 metal, there are 2 wood. But fire and water only got 1, and then the earth and earth don't fight each other, right? So now in the world of you want to call in the world of human, there seems to be 2 schools of doing things. One is called the active school. Active school is the one that use punches, violent attack. By the way, that is the most effective way of getting your message across is to punch the hell out of the other guy. Yeah, I know your punch is bigger than your message is stronger. Where got one? So the second way to do so is through experience and intellect. This is where you will learn what to engage, what not to engage, right? So the people with punches probably doesn't have that particular brain sense. It's all brawn, right? So to do that, right? So the people with a bit more brain, they will not. So the people with brain are better at dealing with dead stuff. Dead stuff means thingy, okay? But the people with brawn is better dealing with live stuff. Live stuff means moving stuff, right? So if you want to convince a person is a live stuff, you want to convince a person, a lot of time punches work faster and better. You go, oh no, but that is violent. You try and see you're in front of a violent person and you try to negotiate. See how fast your face get punched. Try and see, right? So, but if you're dealing with a dead thing, like a car, your punches is not gonna make the car work. Your brain is the one that's gonna help to figure out how the car is gonna work. I think there's always these two. So in the olden day, I always say that there's this the literally scholastic scholar versus the kung fu scholar. So there's these two schools of things, right? So those start tell you the kung fu scholar is star number 3. So the resilient fighter, soldier, brainless muscle moving object. It's basically the star number 3, right? So the star number 4 is the brain, right? So now if you want to improve brain related matter, and by the way, the star number 4 actually does not make you smarter. It do not make you smarter at all, right? Please don't think that I use star number 4, I'm going to become smarter. It actually make you more likable. For you to learn anything from somebody, right? So because now you just need to remember, people who are smart, they have learned that their brain or their smartness is very threatening to powerful figure. Now usually powerful figure that uses punches, right, don't really have much brain. They don't really have much brain, but they know how to punch, right? So they know how to punch their way to the top, right? So now you're dealing with this particular person, you know that there's no way for you to outpower this particular person, so you need to be more smarter. So when you need to be more smarter, one of the way to do so is actually to shut up. Alright, so you need to take a lot of time to determine the situation, whether in this particular situation is it safe for you to talk. So for you to share your knowledge to somebody, right? So that's why smart people usually is very guarded about their knowledge, right? So because their knowledge is threatening to the power to be. The power to be doesn't like it and they usually just freaking hell murder you. So for you to have a longer life, you need to know to be more suspicious, more guarded. So now what happened here is that if you want to learn something from this particular person, first thing is that you need to be likable. Simple enough, likable, more non-dangerous to them, right? So this star number 4 actually increase likability, just like wind. Do you feel threatened by the wind? When the wind is blowing like that, it's like very okay. Typhoon aside. Right, normal gentle wind blowing. Right, so normal gentle wind blowing is usually very inviting. Ask you to come out. So have a walk. Where you can think about the stuff. So that's why a lot of people like to go to the seaside and let the wind blow, let the salt water blow onto your face, go back sticky. Right, so no, that's star number 4. So that's why if you want to improve your likability, you want people to have that particular feeling that you are gentle, somebody who is willing to talk and negotiate, right? Wind blow like sleepy too. Yeah, can also will be sleepy, right? So this is star number 4 you want to use, right? So now, by the way, frankly, putting your children on the literally art position and hope that they can study is a wishful thinking. But if you put them in the literally art position, they become more pleasant. The teacher will like them better. Then they get more access to information that the teacher may not want to give to you. That's where they become smarter. They meet up with people that turn their mind open. Right? They meet up with people that turn their mind open. That's where the fellow becomes smarter. It's not because they read the book. But read the book also is the same, because book is what? Book is just somebody thought that is put onto the paper. That's all. It is still a person. It is still like a person talking to you. the book is actually like a person talking. In the olden day, there was no such thing as, you know, book, because people cannot read. Right? People can't read in the olden day, right? So what happens is that every single thing is transmitted orally from one person to another person. So that's why in the olden day, your memory need to be very damn good for you to be academic. You need to literally remember everything. Today, if you try to remember anything, right, you're just wasting your time. Please, you cannot out-remember ChatGPT. No way for you to out-remember ChatGPT. So, you know, if you want something, you want any form of information, just go internet and search for it. Right? Don't try to remember the information. You need to know how to use and search for information rather than remembering information. Remembering information is like a waste of time. Right? Gonna use star 4 to make sure Sifu like and teaches more. There you can do that. You can do that, right? So that's why, you know, if you want to improve likability, the purpose of improving likability is for you to easier to connect and talk to people who has the potential experience. By the way, right now also I feel that, you know, this is not really the most useful thing ever, because why? You want anything, right? You can just go to the internet, you know, YouTube, and search for the thing, and the other guy who produce the content doesn't need to like you at all. There's zero need for you to like the other person. There's zero need for the other person to like you, and yet you still get the information, right? So the internet is like that, right? So the question is, you know how to process the information. So now when processing information, you probably really need somebody who is alive to turn you on, right? So now this one is very simple. You can see different content, although they are talking about the exact same thing. Certain people talk the same topic, right? You somehow, and the same topic is taught by another person, you somehow, you notice that, right? Same topic, exact same topic, you know. Sometimes, you know, your mom tell you something, you don't listen, but your friend tell you exact same thing, you listen. Right? I'm sure you have the experience before. You advise your friend certain thing, right? The fellow didn't listen, right? Then another one of your friend, you know, advise him about something, right? So he listened. Then you go like, what the hell? Did I just say the same thing and the fellow didn't listen, and right now you said it, he listened? What is this? Like that. It's like that. So that fella star number 4 better. Right? The fella has been using star number 4 in a better manner, right? So that's all. Right? Pretty simple, right? You know what, use star 4, use that. Right? So just fine. Right? So yes, star 4, you know, is basically XuanKong, you know, everything about XuanKong there is, right? So if you can buy a book on the trigram, right? So you can go and read whatever that's associated with the XuanKong. There's a lot of stuff that's associated with the XuanKong. Right, so no, yeah, by the way, the XuanKong also represent eldest sister. An eldest sister is usually the one that has the most amount of experience in preserving her life. Right, because again, right, being a lady, not able to fight, right, not able to fight, and sorry to say, in the olden day, the ladies are usually barter off to tie up the family influence between each other. Right, so no, family last time, if you're not friend, then you fight each other very easy last time. Right, so the eldest daughter is usually the one that gets sacrificed earliest. So no, they get more experience in terms of, you know, it's basically going to enemy territory and, you know, try to survive. Right, so that's why that particular situation. Right, so it represents southeast. That's the original. So when flying star, that time you will fly all other places. Like this year 2025, it is in the west sector. So if you want the what we call the effect of the star number 4, then you plant yourself into the west sector. Right, so now the star number 4, if you take a look at it, you know, it governs romance, right? So it is basically the default peach blossom star, right? So now again, right, in the olden day, peach blossom, they usually use it to find partner, because in the olden day, getting married, having babies, so that, you know, your baby grow up, you can pass the family business to the baby, is the epic most important task that any person can do. Today, this particular task is completely useless, because why? You got nothing to pass to the kid anymore, right? So you have to reevaluate this lah, right? So that's why, you know, even if you are in sales, the peach blossom actually allow you to be more pleasant. People find you to be more attractive, so you can do sales much more easier. It's easier for you to influence the other person. Right, so no, please don't just look at this particular star, then, you know, brain is all sex. Please don't. Right, so it's nothing more than improve a person's charm, you know, likability. Do that. You know, if that is what you want, go after and this particular star, use the sector that has to do with this particular star. So of course, education is one thing that, it can be used. So again, right, it is not directly upgrading your brain capacity. It allows you to meet up with people who have more experience, more knowledge than you, so that you can have a better perspective on the thing that you're doing. Right, so like for example, a lot of time I tell people, right, the problem that you have right now is because you lack the knowledge. That's all. Right, so example I tell people is that if your house pipe break, it may be a problem to you, but if you are a professional plumber, it's not a problem. What's the difference? The pipe still break, right? So it's not the breaking of the pipe that decide whether it's a problem or not. It's your ability to solve it. So if you can solve it, then it's not a problem. Like for example, some people say, oh, 5 yellow very scary, whatever. Like to me, 5 yellow is nothing, because why? If you trigger the 5 yellow, I know how to cover it now. So no problem lah. So 5 yellow become less of an issue to me. But for somebody else who does not know how to cover the 5 yellow and they activated the 5 yellow and things start to go south, of course the fella panic lah. The fella don't know what to do lah. Right? You can see the difference is like that. So now you want to improve your education, whatever it is, sit in the west. Right? So and the XuanKong is also the representation of elegancy. And so when we talk about beauty, it's actually not beauty, it's actually elegancy. It's a bit more higher than beauty. Beauty is basically just a freaking look. It's the packaging, right? So beauty will fade, but an elegant person, no matter what age they are, they have that particular attractiveness. You see that particular person is like, whatever age it is, the fella still look very pristine. Right, so it's like timeless fashion, right? Timeless fashion. It's like the 3-piece suit that guy always wear. No matter whatever thing you wear, a 3-piece suit, somehow it still look good one. It's like that, right? Yeah. Hello. Right, so good for you to be able to come. Right, so negative side, love problem, adultery, is associated with this particular side, small matter, right? So now again, the combination, right? So because a lot of time when we do feng shui, flying star, we a lot of time we use the 81 combination, right? So again, this one is because of using the classical way of interpreting it. So the classical flying star, they don't like star number 2, star number 3, star number 5, and star number 7. They don't like it. Right, so this few star is basically called the not too good star, right? And then 1, 6, 8, and 9 are called the good star, right? So by the way, the system is called purple white is because the star number 9 is called purple, whereas the 8, 6, and 1 is called white. So that's why it's called purple white system. Right? So 1 is white, 1 white, 6 white, 8 white, 9 purple. Right, so that's why it's purple white system. So the entire system is actually talking about how to fully use the 1, 6, 8, and 9 and avoid 2, 3, 5, 7. Yeah, I just give you the entire purple white course. But 2 is now okay, right? Yes, 2 right now is basically okay, but it still has a very big negative connotation towards sickness. It's just like your grain star in your Qimeng. If you're studying Qimeng, you got grain star, oh, you get sick. No lah, the sickness is just small, right? So it's accumulative, right? So number 2 is accumulation. Number 8 is effort, right? So number 8 is effort, right? So star number 8 is basically effort, right? So star number 2 is accumulation. So if you know how to accumulate, build community, then that's where riches come in, right? How to avoid adultery and love problem? Don't do it lah, yo. How to avoid? You don't participate in it. That's it. Why do you need? Right, it's very simple, right? So you just don't go and do it lah. That's it, Why does you need any externality in terms of love problem and adultery? You don't practice it, that's it, done. We have got problem anymore. Come on guys, right? So don't do that lah, right? So this is basically star number 4 lah. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy star. So the part of it that tend to be a bit more confusing is when you throw this in, when you got host and guest, different palace, different like for example, like right now, the star number 4 is basically fallen onto the west side, right? So now west side counter star number 4. Right, the overall effect is you tend to talk too much. That's the overall effect. Okay, right? So but does it it's healthy in a way that it promotes a conversation. It promotes conversation. That's the healthy part of it. So there's going to be a lot of healthy debate. The bad part of it is it doesn't induce much action. That's the bad part of it. So everybody sit down on the table and start talking to each other, talking. In the end, who's going to do the work? Right? So that's why star number 6 is decisiveness in execution. Number 7 is talk. It's like that, right? So if adultery now cannot blame star number 4. Yeah, why you blame star number 4? Star number 4 only give you the opportunity, right? Suddenly you go out, you find like the idea is very simple. You use star number 4, right? Whoever is inside your house right now is not appreciative of you. That's how not when you go outside that time, there's another person who is appreciative of you. So how? Same like in your office when you're working, right? So your boss don't appreciate you. When you go out, another company appreciate you. Now what you're gonna do? Right? The other company appreciate you, decide to give you more money, pay more attention to you, whatever it is, right? So it's very natural you gravitate towards the organization that appreciate you. Same thing, right? The idiot in the house is not appreciating of you. You went outside, somebody else, flood you with all the attention, appreciation, whatever it is. There you go. Right? Perfect mixture, right? So if you don't improve, if you don't do your star number 4, right, then people don't see you, then you will always be in this particular situation whereby this guy, you see, appreciate, don't appreciate, right? It's only through comparison. If that is the only person that you're engaging with, right, you actually don't know whether the person appreciate you or not, right? Only when you go outside, when you see another person, right, so then only you know whether you are being appreciated by this particular person or not. Make sense? Okay, right? So same thing, whether you are rich or not, right? You need to go out and compare with a person. Right? So I got a friend that make millions a month. So to them, me is poor. Extremely poor. Okay. Yeah, I have to go out, with them, it's like, they spend money like no tomorrow. It's like you look at them, it's like, no, oh shit, man, if I have to pay this bill, I'm gonna die, man. But then, they'll pick up the bill. It's like, it's good being their friend, but it's also, you need to be the humbling to know that this is not the level that I can breathe, right? I cannot hang out with them every single day. Wanna die, hang out with them every single day. Right? Same thing, when you go out that time, talk about adultery and everything, right? It is basically how appreciative is the people around you outside. More important is how appreciative you are the person that is around you. Right? If you're appreciative enough with the thing that they are doing, you're not comparing with whatever is outside, usually it's pretty alright. Right? So how now cannot blame, yeah, I can't blame the star number 4, right? So no. Go ahead lah. Alright, so that's what you basically can do, right? So up to you when you want to use star number 4, right? So that's why a lot of time when we do feng shui assessment, that time, you try to mix up and then you try to see, how does this particular thing work. Then you decide this energy signature is good for what type of activity. Am I doing this type of activity or not? If I'm doing this type of activity, I activate this energy, it will further boost the effect of whatever things that I'm doing. So that's why feng shui is a very doing art. It's a not sit around wait for God to come and help you art. If you want to sit around have God help you, probably Qi will be the better one. Qi will be better one. Ba Zi is there to discover your potential and train. You want to discover potential, you want to train, use Ba Zi. Right? So you want to accelerate and move in front, you use feng shui. Right? So you want to settle all the mind floaty thingy, go use Qi. Right? So that's why different art got different usage. Right? So if you are confused, pick one and don't mix with the rest. Right? So if you are feng shui, so that's why a lot of people know. So no one else use Qi to ask feng shui question. You got problem or not? Got feng shui assessment you don't want to do. You want to do Qi assessment for feng shui question. Wow. Right? So or else is try to use Ba Zi to do feng shui. Whether I got good luck to buy house or not. Nothing to do with whether you good luck to buy house or not. Right? Go and assess the house whether the house fit what you are doing. Right? So that's the more important thing for you to do. Cool. Right? So correct art. Use it for the correct situation, then you get the result. You use the art in the wrong manner, wrong result. Right? So again, like cooking. right? Ingredients, certain ingredient you use to cook certain dish. You use this ingredient and cook a different dish, it doesn't give you the taste. Right, can see, right? So that's where things goes wrong. All right, so that's your star number 4, literary art star. And also for those of you who want to generally increase your likeliness, right? And also your education power, right? So you want to be able to receive more information. This is the go-to star for you to use for that purpose. And please, you don't need to use the star for the entire year. Receive your information enough, then you can turn it off and use other star. The trick is in Feng Shui is actually to use different star at different time. It's not for you to use one star for the entire lifetime. It doesn't work that way. Okay, cool. That's it, guys. See you all. Bye.